There's one more challenge that we face as Six Sigma Black Belt consultants, Anuj. As part of Green Belt, you might not be very accurate in measuring your financial benefits. But this excuse is not provided to Black Belt consultants. We are expected to provide a thorough financial calculation. Right? And whenever you're calculating the financial benefits, we have to take away the interest cost. Suppose your company is taking a loan of 1 lakh rupees, right, at the rate of say 1% per month, not 12% per annum, or 1% per month, right? So when you're actually coming up with your financial benefits, if you're telling that, do you know what, by implementing Six Sigma project, I can save you 10 lakh rupees. Fine, but you have to subtract this interest cost also, which is very, very mandatory. You have to at all cost. So what will be 1% of 1 lakh, Anuj?
1,000.
Absolutely correct. So you have to subtract that one. Do you need to train your people? Once you're done with your Six Sigma, once you come up with a new process, you'll also have to train. So you will also have to subtract the training cost. Training cost also has to be subtracted from the final benefits that you're providing to the customer. Also, all the administrative cost. For example, you might be using their electricity, you might be using their premise, you might be hiring a new place, whatever be it, or you might want another administrator to work with you. All that cost also should be subtracted from the final benefit. And then we have to say that, yes, by implementing Six Sigma project, this is the amount that I want to save. Cost takeout. You have to include your scrap cost or rework reduction cost. Whenever you're reducing the rework cost, right, that is a saving for you. Whenever your staff, whenever your staffing reduction, that means if earlier there were 100 people working on your project and now say there are only 80 people working. So that is staff reduction. You have reduced 20 people, right? So you have to say that that is also a financial benefit. Overtime reduction. Earlier your people were working for 12 hours per day. Now after the improvement they are working only for 8 hours per day. So you have straight away reduced 4 hours of effort. And you multiply those 4 hours by their hourly billing. Direct labor cost, labor utilization, right? Earlier I was able to complete a piece of work in 2 hours. Now I am able to complete the same work in 1 hour after implementing 6 Sigma. So I straight away have 1 hour of saving. So I have to obviously mention. And then you have reduced operating expenses. Here are the operating costs, we'll discuss that. Material cost reduction. Earlier you were purchasing material from say Australia and it costed you $1 million. Now after some implementation and Six Sigma tools that you have implemented, you have found that instead of importing a raw material from Australia, if you import it from say Nepal, cost will be much less. Instead of 1 million, maybe it will be only $500,000. So this cost also is a cost saving. You have to include all this in your financial benefits calculation. And operating cash overflow. Reduced accounts receivable. Increased accounts payable. How much amount you have to pay to someone got reduced. Right? Or the amount. Here reduced accounts receivable meaning the amount that you are paying to someone else that got reduced. Increased accounts payable, the amount of money which people have to pay you got increased. Inventory reduction, Inventory means you have to save your goods somewhere in some location, in some godown or some house or some room, right? But you need to pay rent for it. The moment you reduce your inventory, the space that you are occupying gets reduced, thereby your overall cost also gets reduced. That is reduced inventory cost. Reduced plant equipment from increased capacity and efficiency. Right? Since your capacity or efficiency has increased, what have you done? You have reduced your equipment. By reducing the number of machines that you use to manufacture, you are able to achieve more efficiency. Earlier using 10 machines, probably I am manufacturing 100 shirts. Now using 8 machines, I am manufacturing 120 shirts. Now this is the kind of improvement that we are looking at, right? Our output increases by reducing the operational cost. From 10 machines, you reduce it to 8 machines. So you have saved on 2 machines directly, right? This is one part. And the second part is, instead of manufacturing 100 shirts, you're manufacturing 120 shirts. So your efficiency also increases. So all these costs should be included while you calculate your financial benefits. Next thing, interpretation of cost savings expected from a Six Sigma project varies from organization to organization. In few companies, for example, if you take aircraft, right? One aircraft, a domestic aircraft, Airbus or Boeing, it costs some millions of dollars, right? Maybe $5 million, maybe $300 million. It's very, very expensive. One aircraft, one aeroplane. Right? For them, if you say that I'll save you 1 lakh rupees by implementing Six Sigma, they'll not even look into that. Right? They do not. You have to proportionately show that improvement. So from organization to organization, it varies. Suppose there is another company which generates 10 lakh rupees per annum. For them, if you say I'll save you 1 lakh, then they'll be very happy. Oh my God, he's saving us 1 lakh. But if you go to a company which is manufacturing each aircraft which is worth 300 million, will they even bother about 1 lakh? No. So interpretation of cost savings expected from a Six Sigma project varies from organization to organization. Primarily, there are 2 types of benefits that can be achieved. One is tangible, another thing is intangible. This we have discussed in the morning as well. Tangible benefits normally have very clear definition. It's measurable and the positive impacts on income statement or balance sheet is clearly visible. Few of the categories: growth, cost takeout, cash flow. All these are something that you can measure without any problem, without any hiccup. That is tangible. If you are telling I reduce the number of defects, that is tangible. If you are telling that customers are satisfied because of my reduction in defects, then that is intangible. It's difficult to quantify. What is satisfaction? If you say you are happy, and if I say I'm happy, can we compare each other's satisfaction levels and say that Anuj is more happy than Bharani? You cannot say that. Right? So customer
people do actually.
So that's intangible. It is really very difficult to quantify. But whenever you're coming up with the benefits, you have to come up with both the benefits, tangible and intangible benefits. VA&V analysis we have discussed multiple times, value stream mapping and all that. All right. So for these financial metrics, ROI, IRR and NPV, I'm going to use another slide and explain. So suppose there are multiple projects and you will have to choose one project. For example, you have to choose that project which will give you maximum benefits. One second, let me put it in the slideshow mode. All right. So let me know once you see the screen, Anuj. Yeah, are you able to see this analytical techniques?
Yeah, I can see.
All right.
Yeah, I can. Yes, I can see.
Yeah. So if there are multiple projects and if you are expected to select one project, which project would that be? Right? If you want to decide one project among multiple projects, then you have to use one of these techniques. The first one is called as payback period. It is the amount of time or unit of time within which you receive the initial amount that you have invested. It does not consider the future income, right? All right, take this example. Suppose you have invested $3,000 to start a business. Can you tell me in how many years you get back that amount by looking at this table?
Roughly 10 years. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, how many years?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Roughly 10 years, roughly.
No, look at this table. In the first year, you're getting $500. In the second year, you're getting $1,500. Third year, you're getting $1,000.
Yeah.
If I add these three,
Okay.
what will be the?
Okay. Sorry. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 years is my payback period.
Yes.
Giving you options. If I say there is project A and project B, project A has a payback period of 5 years. Project B has a payback period of 3 years. Then which project are you going to?
Yeah, of course, the project period with the minimum years, which is 3 years.
Absolutely. That is how you calculate this payback period and decide one project which quickly gives you the desired results. Now let me move to the next topic, that is NPV, net present value. It is an accurate value of all the future inflows in today's value. So most of the
Losing your voice?
is it clear now?
Little bit.
All right. So
Yeah, it's better now.
so what I'm telling you is, your mutual fund brokers or consultants actually deal with this in a big way. Let me explain you. So this is the normal formula that is used. Okay, let me go back. This is the normal formula that is used. Okay, so suppose, Anuj, there is a consultant who comes to you and says, sir, invest 50,000 rupees, right? And you'll get 65,000 rupees after 4 years. It looks very promising, right? In 4 years, I'm getting 15,000 extra. That's interesting, at least. So let us calculate what happens to this. Okay, 50,000. He will say that, sir, but this 65,000 you'll get in turn. 5,000. Second year you'll be given 15,000. In the third year you'll be given 20,000 and the fourth year 25,000. Right? So all put together, sir, it is 65,000. You say, wow, I invest 3,000 and you're telling you're going to do 65,000. But the future value, that is telling, invest 50,000 today, after 1 year from now, you get 5,000. Can you tell me with confidence that the cost will remain the same after 1 year?
Sorry, I think I'm losing your voice. What was the question? Can you repeat?
Alright, I'm telling that you invest 50,000 rupees today and you'll get 65,000 after 4 years.
Yeah.
Second statement that I made is that the mutual fund broker will take. Anuj,
No,
yeah,
actually, it's breaking up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but there is a disturbance from your end every now and then.
Oh, is it?
Is it okay now?
Is it? Yeah, this is better now. Yeah.
It's better now? Okay. So I'll repeat this statement once again. I'm telling that there is a mutual fund broker who will come to you and he will
Uh,
say that, sir, pay 50,000 rupees today and after 4 years you'll get 65,000. Is this clear?
yes.
Okay. The second thing is that he will say, sir, this 65,000 get in 4 years.
Lost you.
Yeah, I hear some background noise, Anuj. That is why you are not able to hear me.
Uh, okay, give me 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me 1 minute. Let's try now.
Sorry, Anuj.
Yeah, let's try now. So the first question I know. What was the second question? Does the consultant come?
Okay. Second question is, he'll say that these 65,000 rupees you will get in 4 years. First year I'll pay you 5,000,
Yeah.
second year 15, third year 20,000 and fourth year 25,000. So all put together it will be 65,000. But initially you're investing 50,000. So the benefit is 15,000. That is what your consultant will say, mutual fund broker. Now, you'll be happy. All right. All right. So these
Hello.
5,000 rupees
Yeah.
that you're going to get after 1 year is worth how much today? So if I say that I'm going to pay you 5,000 rupees after 1 year, after 1 year, my petrol fuel cost will increase, expenses of my all the durable goods will increase, household expenses will increase, cost will increase. Right? Cost of living is going to increase in 1 year. So if I consider
Mm.
1 year increase, these 5,000 rupees that you're going to get is only 45 as of today. 4,545 rupees. That consultant also told you that in the second year you'll get 50. So you should be clever in calculating this and saying that what you're telling after 2 years you'll pay 15,000. But your 15,000 rupees is only worth 12,396 as of today. He'll ask you how, sir? You consider the inflation, cost of expenses will increase. Considering all that, this is the value. And this is the formula to calculate. All right.
It's very, very important, Barney. Yeah, it's very important because, like I took a couple of years back when I was visiting India, my friends, one of the relative gave me the scheme of LIC.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then he showed a couple of good benefits and I took it because I was earning in dollar, but the LIC scheme was for 15 years. Okay.
Okay.
No doubt it's an increase of 10 years, but I can imagine now the amount which I will be getting after 15 years, it will be, like compared to today, it's no value.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. So look at the
But
third.
that happened to me in reality.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So now, from now on, you can calculate this. Your consultant will say, Anuj, get 20,000 rupees at the end of third year. You'll say at the end of third year is fine, but those 20,000 rupees as of today is just worth 15,000. Because after 3 years, expenses will increase, school fees will increase, cost uniform will increase, cost.
So the formula is PV is equal to FV divided by 1 plus R raised to N, is it?
Yeah, and we are considering 10% interest flat every year. So if I put in bank, I'll get 10% interest. I'm not getting that interest if I pay upfront, right? So in the fourth year,
Your voice is still cutting.
not sure why. Anuj, are you in a closed location? Because I frequently hear that water sound and all that from the background.
Is it? Then it must be somewhere else because I'm in a very close location now.
All right. So I think that is some kind of disturbance.
Anyway, anyway, continue. So what is R? When you say the formula, it says 5 plus 1.10 raised to 1. What is R and N?
R is the rate of interest that you get if you put this amount in the bank.
Okay, which you put the 10%, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, 10%. Normally banks interest rate, inflation rate, everything is 10%. So normally 10% or 8%.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah? So look at this person who has cleverly deceived you. If you calculate all the future values, it 40. It's coming up to 49.42, right? But how much did you pay him?
50,000.
Yeah. So ultimately, you're thinking that you're getting 60. In reality, you're losing approximately 1,000 rupees. And this is the job of actuaries. They are highest paid in the world. Actuaries. Actuary is a profession wherein they come up with these kind of insurance policies, mutual fund policies, SIPs and all that. They are the highest paid. Why? Because this is how they deceive you. You pay 50,000 today, you pay 65,000 after 4 years. Sounds very, very promising. But in reality, you yourself are losing 1,000. Right, Anuj? So this is one.
Yeah, understood. Yeah.
So always, if they give you two projects, higher the NPV, better is a project.
Sorry, higher the NPV, choose that project, is it?
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Right? All right. Then comes a return on investment and IRR. Return on investment is also higher the better. Internal rate, higher the better. So in return on investment, how much am I investing today? Suppose I'm investing 1,000 rupees. How much am I getting? Say project A, if you invest 1,000 rupees, you'll get 2,000 rupees in 1 year. There is also project B. If you invest same 1,000 rupees, you're going to get 10,000 rupees. So which project will you choose, Anuj?
Yeah, obviously, which will give me the more, 10,000 rupees.
Obviously. So the higher the better, ROI also. IRR is just taking a percentage of this. So here I'm getting 1,000 rupees benefit, but if I take in percentage terms, it will be 100%. Here if I see, it will be 1,000%. So in that way, I can just calculate. All right. Not sure where that noise is coming from. Okay, anyways. So
Most of the time I'm putting in mute. I don't know from where you are getting this noise.
just put in mute, Anuj, once. I'll check where is the problem here. So NPV, ROI and IRR. Higher the better. Higher the better. But when it comes to payback period, lower the better. Because what is payback period? How soon I can get back the initial amount that I've invested. Right? So only payback period is lower the better. NPV, IRR or ROI is higher the better. Alright. So let me go back to this. So that is what is being explained here. You can read it. Next thing is team selection. Before selecting the team, the things that we need to take care about is that we need to identify the various departments which are closely associated with the profits or problems. Sorry. So suppose your profits are sinking, your profits are reducing. That means there might be a problem with your sales team. There might also be a problem with your marketing team. There might also be a problem with your finance team. Maybe they are not raising the invoice and getting the amount from the customers. So problem can be anywhere. So you need to clearly identify what are the other departments which are closely associated with the problem. Then you have to choose one representative from each of these departments, one person each. Then check their authority, what is their responsibility, and what is the knowledge level of each member. While choosing representative, choose in such a way that he's in a senior position, because if he's in a senior position, he can easily implement the changes and he can resist the change triggers from his department. Next thing is there are active and passive resistors. Active resistors, clearly they will resist you. You can easily identify them. But how about passive resistors? Passive resistors are people who do not speak up in the open. They'll be calm, quiet. They will not say anything absolutely when you discuss about the change that you're going to bring in the process. But in the background, they'll be playing some kind of politics to ensure that the change is not pushed. These kind of people are passive resistors. Now, resistance is a part of scope of the project and should be handled at the earliest. Resistance will be there. We have to acknowledge that resistance will be there whenever we want to bring in any change. People will resist. One way of ensuring that that resistance is gotten rid of is by involving them in your activities. Include them, give them more importance, right? Take their suggestions. In that way, we try to actually reduce the resistance. Yeah. This is a famous model called Tuckman model. Whenever we form a team to perform Six Sigma project or any kind of project, you will see these different phases, right? What do you do first? You form a team, right? You bring team members together. But different team members have different thought process. They are from different backgrounds. Their understanding is different. Their language might be different. Their culture might be different. So if people with these many differences are coming together, what will happen? There will be storming. They'll fight with each other. One person doesn't like the other person's way of teaching and so on and so forth. Similar to your marriage also, right? When we initially get married, husband is from a different background, wife is from a different background. Both of them do not understand each other well. So obviously there will be some kind of storming. Then comes the norming phase. Slowly they try to understand each other's attitude, each other's behavior, each other's way of behaving, the culture, language, all that. So then normal, things will become slightly normal, right? Norming phase. And then you go to the performing stage. Performing means team members understand each other very well. They work exceptionally well. They go to pubs together, where they go to lunch together, they go to smoke breaks together, right? They get into that friendly mode. That is when they perform very well. After that comes the morning phase or adjourning phase. Morning means they feel bad. Why will they feel bad? Because you're reaching end of the project. By the time you reach end of the project, people know that they no longer are going to work together, right? If there are 5 people in your team, 2 people might go to a different project, another 3 might go to a different project, or each person might go to a different project at the end of your Six Sigma project, right? So they'll feel bad, they'll feel sad that they'll be missing their friends. So that is the mourning phase or adjourning phase. Adjourning, A-D-J-O-U-R-N-I-N-G, adjourning phase. So these are the various phases in team formation. This is also called as Tuckman model. Yeah. Typically, any team will follow this. So whenever there are conflicts among the team members, we should not be really worried too much because we know that they are at the storming phase. Then you anyways know that it will be a norming phase. Yeah. So this is all about Tuckman model. So here we come to an end of define phase. So what did we do in the define phase? First thing is we identify the project CTQs, critical to quality. How did we do that? We collected the information from, we have obtained and interpreted the data from key customers for product process. So what did we do? We have collected voice of customer, voice of business, voice of employee, voice of process, cost of poor quality. We have collected data from umpteen number of sources. Then we identify the relevant business stakeholders. Who are those people who will be working with me very closely? You identify them. And then you determine out of all these, what are the problems to be addressed? I cannot address each and every problem. I'm going to prioritize and address that problem which is pinching to the core, which is disturbing me to the maximum extent. I try to do that. Then you develop project charter. You revise the charter as a project matures. This is very, very important. Project charter is a living document. It is not something that is written once and followed throughout. As in how your project matures, as in how your project progresses, as in how you gain more information, you will have to revise your project charter. Review your project charter with the business stakeholders, with your client, with your sponsor, with the other heads of other departments. Talk with everyone and then obtain some kind of approval. Sign off that yes, here is a project, you can get started. Then we develop a high-level process map. How can we create a process map? You can create using suppliers, SIPOC. You use SIPOC basically to actually come up with a high-level map, process map. Or instead of SIPOC, you can also use swim lanes or functional deployment maps. All right. So one last exercise for you, Anuj. In fact, I have seen the exercise that you have done. I think there is only one place where some information was missing. I'll just tell you what is that one. So you will have to do even this. Analysis, we have done it. But I want you for starting and
again. Sorry.
Yeah, so once you unmute yourself, I'm able to hear that problem.
Okay.
All right, but anyway.
Now it's still continue.
Yeah, we can
continue.
Yeah, we can continue. I'll just discuss about your example or your exercise also. So I would request you to just check. In Greenbelt also we have discussed about force field analysis. Just do a Google search for additional information and come up with it. Right? Force field analysis for
what is it? Do force field analysis for starting and completing Six Sigma project. What can you do to increase the chance of success? Is it?
Absolutely. Force field analysis means you have a Six Sigma project idea. There will be few people who will be supporting you. There will be people who will be opposing you, resisting you. So what are those few things that might support you? What are the few things that might oppose you? how to get rid of that and how to increase the chance of success, you just think aloud and do that exercise. Let me open the assignment that you have. So all seems fine, Anuj. Here I've gone through that. But here I've asked you to develop the project ideas, assuming you're the customer of the movie theater. As a customer of a movie theater, what are the challenges, few challenges that you might face? Customers are not coming to my theater, right? Movie halls are always empty, are not completely filled. The customers who are coming to the movie theater are tearing the seats, are spitting on the walls, right? There could be a number of things, challenges. So I would.
Yeah, but see, the thing which I don't able to figure out is, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now what I was confused is, there are a couple of things which comes into my mind, but I was not able to, I was not sure whether those can be the Six Sigma project or not, that's a.
No, we are just generating ideas, right? That can be a Six Sigma project or not. We don't know at this point of time. We
Okay,
have to just get
okay,
that thought process going.
okay.
The thing is, how to improve customer satisfaction level. This second thing is assuming you are the owner of a movie theater. Oh, sorry. The examples that I've given just now is related to owner of movie theater. So customer
Hmm.
is different. Customer is the person who goes to the movie theater. Right? What do you
Hmm.
want in movie theater? I don't want long to purchase them. I want good spacing between the seats. I want good ambience. The lighting should be just enough. Washroom should be very close by. Right? During the breaks, I need a lot of other stuff like popcorn, etc. So all these things you'll have to mention. Right? I'm just giving you an thought, so you can think on your own. And
Yes.
just a minute, Anuj. Just
Okay.
let me open it.
Once we discussed, if you can send me the solution, which I
Yeah.
can go through as well.
This is a new system that I've taken. I'm running out of space. So, uh, So this is the cost of loan, which is 9% of $9 million. Now, if I want to know what is the benefit that I'm going to give to the customer, then this entire amount, if I implement this project, if I make it a success, the company need not take this $9 million at 9% interest. So straight away I'm saving $81,000, sorry, $810,000 or 810K. But this is my overall cost that I'm spending because these many resources are used in my project. Project champion is spending 40 hours at 120 hours, $120 per hour. Project leader is spending 320 hours and his hourly billing is $45. So if I sum up everything, I'm getting $37,400. Also, I'm spending $30,000 on trainings and $50,000 on CRM. So these three are my operational expenses, which is 117,400. So if I subtract the saving minus the cost that is involved in implementing Six Sigma, I'll get this number, and this is the benefit that I'm going to provide to the customers, right? So now, if you were to write your project charter, right, you'll give your project leader name, sponsor name, team member name, business process, business case. In this business case, you'll mention that I am planning to save 692K for the project after I implement Six Sigma. Got it?
Yes.
So that is and also you can mention it here, financial benefit that I'm planning to provide to the customer, business impact or financial benefit. And the CTQ metrics that you have come up with, Anuj, those are correct actually.
Oh, good.
And the rest of the things also have gone through in your project.
Still you send me your solution, yeah?
I'll send the solution. You can just go through the solution. So the first part you went wrong, the calculation. That is why I've just mentioned that. The rest all